Good pre-election Monday to everyone on this Monday, the 4th of November, 2024. Of course, Election Day is tomorrow. Everybody, please, it's a privilege, but, we need all the help we can get in this country and in this world, actually, as well. But please do exercise your right as a U.S. citizen to vote. It's 11:50 in the morning, almost noontime here at the Weather Center. I'm Garden State Weather Meteorologist Robert Smith. And I've been to this place um, quite a number of years ago and stayed not far from this area here in a condo. It's beautiful this morning, almost 12 noon and 82 degrees at Anglin's Pier Cam in Lauderdale by the sea. Also, we have the Atlantic Highlands Cam. These are flat warm cumulus clouds as warm air is developing across our area, and that's going to make for temperatures today in the 50s, but tomorrow back into the 70s. So this change of weather is really affecting people's health as well. You should see the doctor's office and also, basically the doctor's office. Atlantic Highlands right now at 11:51 is 55 degrees, and it's breezy outside, so you need a light jacket. Washington, D.C. is at 59. Again, another ceiling of broken clouds across the region this morning. And we're looking for the Falcon cams here in Michigan. It's 63, but there are no Falcons here at this time. But they'll come back. In Hawaii this morning, it's 6:52 their time, a.m., 75 degrees and looking good. This is Jersey City Hudson River Cam in Jersey City. Near Weehawken or whatever, it's 52 this morning with another broken ceiling of sky cloud cover around the region, but looking good. Lake Travis Cam in Lakeway, Texas, 73 with a beautiful, beautiful sky view here this morning. Giraffe Cams, well, the giraffes are out right now. It's nearly noontime in Greenville, South Carolina, and here they go doing their thing, and it's 55 degrees. Tampa Cam in Tampa, Florida, looking good here, and skies are again broken with sunshine and 82 degrees. Brenton Woods Cam in New Hampshire. This is a beautiful sky cover, flat cumulus clouds here, and beautiful view at 32 degrees. It's chilly out in New Hampshire this morning. It was chilly here too in New Jersey. Wrigley Field Cam and in Chicago, Illinois, 64. And people are just getting out and doing their thing this morning. Adirondacks Cam, Lakeview, and Blue Mountain Lake, New York, 36 with a broken ceiling again and beautiful sky cover. Yes, today is a great day to be in Naples on the southwest coast of Florida here. It is gorgeous and 82 degrees as people are getting on the pier and the beach and just enjoying the afternoon hours here. And of course, we did the Washington, D.C. cam here. We already did that, and we did the Falcon cam too. You can join us here at Garden State Weather on WhatsApp. Just search for Garden State Weather and ask to be added to the group, and you'll have immediate information being sent to you. And, that's a great way of getting the information out. Also here on Twitter at Garden State WEA. And on YouTube by subscribing to our channel for Garden State Weather. Right now at the Garden State Weather Center here in West Orange, New Jersey, it is partly sunny. It feels like 66, but it's really just 57 degrees. And today's high temperature getting up to about 59 with a mostly cloud cover around the region, some scattered high and mid-level warm air clouds around the region. The pollen is high today. The wind is out of the southwest now at about 6 miles an hour. Humidity very comfortable, 43%. Visibility better than 10 miles. High pressure is in control, and it's moving off the coast, and the dew point is comfortable at 35. Now, this warm front that is approaching our area, and we'll take a look at the information in just a moment. Today's temperature at 59 is about normal for this time of the year. But tomorrow, when the warm front comes north, it's 75 and then 80 on Wednesday. Then a cold front comes through, back down to 69 on Thursday, 68 on Friday, still above normal for this time of the year. Getting closer to normal again at 60 on Saturday, and we're still watching for a 39%, 40% chance of light rain showers on Sunday and Monday, but I don't think this is going to make a tremendous dent in the drought situation and the fire weather that we have, but it will alleviate some of the rescue efforts that are going on right now by putting out some of that smoke and fire near the ground by wetting of the soil and all the brush. And then we're back into the 60s again early next week. Right now the temperature is 57, feels like 66. It's very comfortable outside. About a half of the sky is filled with clouds right now. No precipitation is expected and has been similar to yesterday as well. So winds are out of the southwest now at about 6, a little gusty at 17, so you need a light jacket out there. Dew point 35, humidity 43%, UVI index getting closer to, well, late autumn, early winter here. The UVI index is at 2 right now. Air quality is good at 30, but still, we're on the high side with the pollen. And this change in the weather and the change in the time and everything is affecting people's rhythm, actually. Okay, visibility better than 10 miles, and pressure is high at 30.53 inches. 19% of the moon phase now. We're gaining as we go towards the next full moon here on November 15th. Sunrise this morning, 6:31. That's better than it has been, but the sunset tonight again at 4:48 after daylight savings time. And at 12 noon here at the Rutgers University Meteorology Program in Cooks College in New Brunswick, it is 59 degrees. The wind is out of the south-southeast at about 4 to 15 miles an hour. So it's, feels a little chilly with the wind. Other warm temperatures here are in the low to mid 60s here in West Deptford, Upper Deerfield, Vineland, Greenwich, New Jersey. Cool spot still at the High Point Monument now at about 46. Wantage is up to 50, 51 at the lower base of the monument here at High Point, and Sandyston is at 53. This is what it looks like right now. Temperatures are generally running, Mount Pocono's at 46, but that's Mount Pocono, right? Other temperatures are in the low to mid 50s, getting close to 60 in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. Also down around the coastline, and some low to mid 60s now in southwestern New Jersey and into the Delmarva as well. Minimum temperatures this morning, they were chilly, and we'll hone in on this. We had some 20s here, so Walpack was 24. It was 28 in Sandyston. It was freezing in Wantage. It was 26 here in Hackettstown, 25 in Pequest, 39 in Parsippany. So and also very chilly right along the coast too, especially northern Monmouth County, and then 50s right along the Barrier Strand Islands here, and interior sections of the Barrens here in southwestern New Jersey. They got down to the upper 20s and low 30s again. We're some 35 days without rainfall, measurable rainfall, so the soil moisture again, whether it be at 5 centimeters or all the way down at 50 centimeters, it doesn't matter because the ground is just tundra. And the soil temperatures are quite warm still at 5 centimeters and all the way down to 50 centimeters as well. They're still quite warm. There's nothing really going on the radar, which is good because we have confluence across the area. The geocolor showing lots of scattered high clouds and cumulus clouds building up across the region, especially northeastern New Jersey, the city, and then coastal regions as well. But there's broken clouds, scattered broken clouds across the region this morning, this afternoon actually. The IR band channel showing the same kind of thing, and the water vapor channel showing the same thing. As far as airport delays, there are none being reported in the northern mid-Atlantic region. I know this image here seems a little bit busy. I know this image looks a little bit busy, but I would have to say that, we have this upper low across the desert southwest, vorticity maximums rounding the base of this, and this is producing all the rain, showers, thunderstorms, and flood warnings and watch boxes here in the lower Midwest. and a ridge access right over the southeastern United States, and that's providing us with that warm air advection clouds riding over the top of the ridge. But it has been deadly weekend here for storms, especially in Oklahoma. Here in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area is that we've got all of this northwest flow here riding over the top of the ridge, and that's providing the high clouds. But you're also seeing some lower and mid clouds coming in from off the ocean here, and that is a result of the winds turning around at the surface to the southwest. And if we take a look at, we can see the onshore flow here now, and so high pressure is off the coast, and the winds are backing around to the southeast, and eventually they'll be coming out of the southwest tomorrow, later today and tomorrow, actually, because of this high moving off the coast and the frontal boundary approaching from the west, and warm air advection beginning to build back into the area again. The additional weather deck for the rest of today, we have the marine layer coming in now with that southeast flow through early this afternoon, lifting back to VFR levels. Winds are going to be out of the southeast about 5 to 10 knots today, but they're already a little stronger than that currently. Tonight, VFR early, then MVFR ceilings after midnight. Greatest likelihood of this in Reading and also Allentown. South winds at about 5 knots or less, becoming light and variable at times. And the outlook for Tuesday through Saturday, sub-VFR conditions from lingering low stratus Tuesday morning. Otherwise, VFR generally a few scattered clouds possible Wednesday night and Thursday. There are no marine headlines right now, and the outlook for a few gusts of 25 knots and limited seas are possible on the ocean Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Otherwise, nothing is going to go on with generally fair weather and sub-VFR conditions for much of the rest of the week. A couple of showers possible Wednesday night and Thursday, but again, that doesn't seem like anything appreciable here. A change in the air mass expected across the area today, and that makes the relative humidities a little bit higher with light and variable winds. No rain, but we can expect considerable higher levels of the relative humidity values than over the past weekend. And conditions do remain dry across the region, and thus keeping the fire danger high. So do not anticipate any significant fire spread due to the light nature of the wind and higher relative humidity values through Wednesday, although we're still seeing fires. Okay, so we strongly recommend the public to follow burn restrictions and to check in with your state and local fire officials for more information. If you have any bronchial problems, perhaps pneumonia, perhaps cold, sinus infection, ear infection, post-nasal drip, all that kind of thing, that is ongoing now as cold and flu continues to rise across most of the country. Coughing has been horrendous, probably because of the dry air and the leaf debris, the weeds around the region. This is, and the changeable temperatures too, is also allowing people to become sicker as they go through their day and night. Strep throat is on the rise, especially here in New Mexico and across the mid-Atlantic region as well. Fever is rising too across most of the region. So the basic thing here is that we're not reporting flu yet, but if you go to your doctor's office and you're not feeling well, it's probably because of all of these changes in the weather and the time, moving your clocks back or whatever. Your circadian rhythm is off, and therefore your body is off as well. In the tropics, it is the beginning of November still, and you can still have tropical activity, especially when the MJO phases are in this formation of 7, 8, and 1 to produce, Caribbean storms here. So, Patty is no longer a storm, so we can forget about that. But 18 is going to become a storm. And if we look at the latest information as of 10 a.m. this morning, the key messages are the following. Expect hurricane conditions in the Cayman Islands on Tuesday, possibly portions of Cuba early Wednesday. Hurricane warnings and watches are already in effect in these areas. So there's a risk of impacts from hurricane force winds, storm surge in the Cayman Islands and portions of western Cuba. Tropical storm conditions are expected in Jamaica by this evening. Interest in the Florida Keys should also monitor this, but this looks like it's going to circumnavigate around the ridge here over the southeast, which we just showed you on satellite imagery as well. But we're still going to be monitoring this if any kind of watches and warnings on the west coast of Florida have to be issued. It's going to enter the Gulf of Mexico later this week. Uncertainties in the long-range track and intensity, but it does look like it's supposed to become a hurricane from a depression, then a hurricane, and then back to a storm before it makes landfall here somewhere along the Gulf Coast. Not this time around Florida, but we're keeping an eye on this. So heavy rains, portions of Western Caribbean, including Jamaica, portions of Cuba, through next week. Flooding and mudslides possible in these areas. Obviously, heavy rainfall will spread north into Florida and adjacent areas of the southeastern U.S. states by mid to late week. Eastern Pacific, this is so far away from land, but it still has about a 70% chance of becoming a cyclone in the next 48 hours and also in the next 7 days. But regardless, the low is expected to move slowly eastward over the next few days and is located several hundred miles south of the southern tip of Baja California, and it's struggling to organize its convection together, and we can see that here. In the Central Pacific, nothing going on. So really, right now, all we're monitoring is Tropical Depression 18, and then the next advisory on this will be coming up shortly, and potential for heavy rainfall again over Cuba and the Cayman Islands as well. As we can see, this has not changed since this morning as well. As far as the foliage goes, you see that it's already past peak. So anything's going to fall down in wind and or rain. We'll take a look at the rain potential in just a few minutes. But if you're looking for any brighter colors here in New Jersey, it's basically over. Again, looking at the precipitation probabilities of measurable precipitation to help make a dent in this drought that we're in. This is the GFS operational model from this morning's run all the way out to 15 days. So nothing is really going to happen here until we get into Sunday evening or Monday, and that is only a half of an inch of rain, but anything is appreciable here. I mean, back down in here, out over the ocean, it's like 1.5, 2 inches of rainfall. But over New Jersey, well, not so much, but getting close to an inch in spots. So, but this is over a 15-day period now. So, we're still in a drought. Looking at early this morning's European automated intelligence forecast system here for rainfall in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, really nothing is going to go on until you get into Sunday and Monday here, where you can pick up a half of an inch of rain in southern New Jersey. But most other areas, now this is going to help somewhat, but we are like 7 or 8 inches in departure here. And by the time we get out to, let's say, about 15 days here, the totals are really still underperforming here. Even though you have this, it's going to help the fire weather danger and the ground saturation, but it will not alleviate the drought. Tropics for a moment, Air Force planes and NOAA planes, basically Air Force planes right now. They're putting drop zones into this around the Cuba area here to give us updated information about the potential for this potential tropical storm to become storm number 8. Outside of that, we don't have anything measurable here because Patty is dead in the water here. And so we don't have any future tracks on this potential tropical storm just yet. I mean, the models are showing it, and it looks like it's going to go into the Gulf and then weaken. But still, it's November. And the tropical season is not dead just yet. As charts from the Weather Prediction Center, here comes that storm system out of the lower Midwest in Texas and Oklahoma. I mean, we still have, thatches of tornadic thunderstorms along the squall line. High pressure off the East Coast and southern New England here. New storm system with rain, snow, and intermountain snow and sleet across the interior. This storm through tonight in the Midwest is going to produce a number of more tornadoes that, it's going to be unprecedented once again. But starting to lift and weaken, new storm system coming in from the Pacific Northwest. High pressure moving off the East Coast. Where does the storm go? Well, it goes into Canada, and the cold front looks like it's weakening. And so does this. Okay, but there's going to be plenty of snow, which there already has been in Colorado and parts of Utah and North and South Dakota. As that cold front comes through the eastern United States here on Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of precipitation around. In fact, almost nothing. We just showed you that. But the pattern is beginning to change just a little bit. West to east flow across the country. Bowling ball sets up again across the Central Plains. High pressure nosing in to the northeast and southeastern Canada brings backdoor cold front through on Saturday, Sunday. This is our best chance of rain as the high moves off the coast on Sunday morning. And by Monday morning, again, this is not a lot of rain here. Warm front north, cold front to the west, new storm system coming in from the west. Final words here, unless we change this pattern, because we have a mega block over Russia, and that is changing the Pacific. So if we don't get that omega block in Russia to settle down, then we're going to get upper level ridging and blocking in the North Atlantic, but all the storm systems coming in from off the west coast and southeast of the Aleutian Islands here going to dive south and west into the southwest while ridging builds into the east. So under this kind of domain, and this is from the 6E European model guidance, unless this thing actually starts to change here, this pattern starts to change, then, and it looks like it will eventually by Friday with upper level low cut off and the polar and subtropical branches here kind of trying to fill in. And this was new model guidance is not in just yet, but if we went out to 10 days here, you could see this pattern changing with blocking building into the northern Atlantic and Hudson's Bay, Canada. But, despite all of this, the pattern doesn't look to change too much here. So I don't see anything really happening that is impressive for the East Coast in need of rain. So everybody follow us if you want. It's Garden State Weather on WhatsApp, and you can be added to the group. It's also Garden State Weather on YouTube and Garden State WEA on Twitter. Everybody have a beautiful day. Rest up tonight, okay? Because tomorrow and this week is a big day, a big week. Vote.